Okay, testing 1, 2, 3. We're going to go through the first lesson. I'm going to look over here at this. This is on your Canvas assignment. It is your first assignment that you have with PowerPoint. If you watch the video, you listen to her tell you that we're going to be going through these lessons. You're going to be doing all but 4. And so we're going to go over this one. I feel like we might need to have a video, so I wanted to go ahead and go over this. When you open it up, it has Lesson 1 PowerPoint Basics. You have all the subtopics, and what this is doing is telling you how to actually go through and do it. If you want an explanation of how to get it done, how to do those specific things, these are what you're reading right here. So these are the lessons that you're going to be reading. If you go all the way down to the bottom, you're going to see Lab 1 on your own. It's going to be on page 61. Right here, you're going to go step by step and follow these instructions. What we have found is that the professor sent a message saying that for step 5, I've been made aware that the sales proposal template is not available in PowerPoint. Please go ahead and use the universal presentation template instead. So he's giving you different instructions for step 5 and step 6. And then we go to step 7. Okay, I'm gonna show you this right now. Okay. Rather than mark these out, I made a copy of this. So I just hit copy and then I put it in Word. So all of this is the same information, but then I added this part from the professor. So it has lab 1 on your own. This is made into 2 parts. I don't know if you read that ahead or not, but there's going to be a part 1, which is 1 file, then a part 2, this is the second file. So part 2 is the one where you had some issues, and so we're going to go over like what the new steps are to be able to do that. And then you'll continue on to the end of the presentation. I do want to make sure that everybody's aware. I'm gonna show you what the desktop version looks like, but I'm also going to tell you how to do it from the Microsoft 365 if you're using the apps on your website. I do want you to change it from the website one because it doesn't give you all the options that it's asking you to do, but I will show you how to do that. Okay, so let's get started. I'm going to bring over this. This is the way your apps look. You can come into here and click on apps. We're going to go to PowerPoint. Okay, so we'll open PowerPoint. After we open PowerPoint, I'm going to make this bigger. We're going to do create blank presentation. So what I would like for you to do is for you to have them side by side. Right here. Side by side. But for now, you're going to have this on the side. I can print that up for you. Excuse me. Okay, so we're going to have these instructions right here. It says create a new blank presentation. I'm going to do this directly from these instructions, which you'll have a printed out version if you want. You'll have it on Canvas. You'll have 2 different things, but I want to be able to show you the entire presentation. So I'm going to move this to the side, but you do have these instructions to where you can see them. Let me see here if I can make this just a tad smaller. It's going to look a little weird, but I'm going to try and make this where we can see it all together on here. Okay, so in your app on PowerPoint, we're going to create a new blank presentation. we'll say create blank presentation. Then it says insert a new slide after slide 1 using title slide layout. Click the layout button on the home ribbon and apply the comparison layout to the new slide. So right here you have insert. You're going to click on insert. You want a new slide, but drop this down so you can see what kind of slide you want. It says you want to click the layout button, home ribbon, and you want to do a comparison layout. So once you click this down, it gives you all these ones. These are different types. It says it wants you to do comparison. So you want to click on comparison. This is the one we're going to add. Once you click it, it'll add it. So it added it right below there. Click the design tab on step number 3. Click the design tab on ribbon and apply the ion theme. Now he said it's the first theme on the second row, which is not correct. And then we want to change the design. So you're going to make this whole design be in this theme. Okay, so let's go to the design tab, which is right here, and we want to click on the one that says ion. Okay, so we click on design, and right here, this is a little bit bigger when you're looking at it a little bit. So we're going to click on ion theme. I'm going to make this bigger just so you can see it. Okay, so this is where it looks. You hit design, you drop this down, and if you don't know which ones they are, you can just open it up. Why is it not? Ah, there it is. Okay, sorry, my bad. I pushed the wrong button. So we went to design and this one, and it has themes. Now, if you don't know where it is, he said it was the first one on the second row, or third one on the second row. That's not correct. So what you want to do is you can actually highlight over them just like this, and you can find where it is. We're looking for the one that says ion. Okay, just go through them and you can find it. There it is, the ion theme. So if you want to know what the other ones are, just look over it, just highlight over it, and it'll tell you what they are. But we're looking for ion. So click on this one, and now it will make it to where it's on everything. Let's make this go smaller again. We can get to the instructions. So it told you on step number 3, click the design tab, which we clicked the design tab. Then you're going to click on more themes so that you can go through and look at the stuff. It was not the first theme on the second row. So if we look over here on design, it was not this one. So don't want you to get confused. If you don't know which one it is, make sure you highlight over the top of it, because it's going to be the one that he wants is the theme that he tells you. Okay. Now the last part is save the presentation as MyLab1 in the lesson files folder and close the presentation. You need to create a lesson files folder on your desktop or in your My Drive, and then you want to say this is MyLab1. Okay, so we can do both of those at the same time. We'll go File, and then we want to, since this is on our SharePoint, it's already saving it in there. We want to save this one, because right now it's called Presentation 2. When you're in Office 365, you say rename, and then it will allow us to do this. There we go. Okay. I just didn't click it hard enough. Right now, this is saving in your file, so it would say your ID number into documents. We want to change this location. Let's go to right here into my files, and we want to say new folder because we want to name it lessons files. So the new folder, you want to call this one lesson files and say create. Now this folder is empty and I want to save this file into here. Before we move it here, let's see if I can say move it here. Let's check it. Okay, so it's still presentation 2. Let's go back and rename it now that we know where we want to put it. Hold on there. Change this name to My Lab 1. So it's called My Lab 1. It is now saving it in your ID number in your new folder called Lesson Files. Once you click out of it, you'll see that your My Lab 1 name has changed. Okay, so that's all you needed to do for this one right here. And now for part 2, it says create a new presentation. This is where we're going to change a little bit on what it's having us do, because the options that they're going to ask you for are not going to be listed. So we'll go File, New, and it says create a presentation using the sales proposal template. Hint, click on the search button and type sales proposal. Insert a new slide for step number 6 using that. Now, he gave instructions here that said he realizes there's a problem with this, that there's no template called sales proposal. He wants you to change it to now universal presentation template. So instead of using sales proposal, we'll do universal presentation template. And then for step 6, you can add a title and content slide by following these steps. So we want to add this 6, instead of doing step number 6 here, we're going to add a title and content slide by following these steps. It says go to the Home tab, click the new slide drop down, select title content, click on the placeholder, title, and text box on the side. Press delete until the slide is completely blank. Okay, and then he was just saying this is the end of his thing. And then it tells you to delete slide 7. Okay, so let's come over here. We're going to create a new one. We want to go to templates, and right here we're going to pick universal presentation. So you'll come right here and you'll look for the one that says universal presentation. It says it right here. You say create. This is if you're in the Office 365 version. I'm going to show you what it looks like when you go to the other version in just a second. Because we want you to be on the desktop version primarily because it gives you more options. But if you're using Office 365, this is where we're going to be. Now, we've created this one. That's step number 5. Now, so step number 6 says you can add a title and content slide by following these steps. Go to the Home tab, and click on the new slide drop down and select a title content. So we want a new slide. Let's see, Home tab, and let's make this bigger. Right here it gives you the option now. If we look at smaller, it was kind of hidden away, so I'm making this bigger so you can see it. Making it bigger. So I go to Home tab, new slide, and the option that he wants you to use is, just a reminder, go to the Home tab, click on new slide drop down, select title and content. So that's what we're looking for now. Click each placeholder in title and text box on the slide. press delete until the slide is completely blank. Okay, so we're going to create with the title and content, and then we're going to delete each placeholder, the title and the text box on the slide, and delete them until it's completely blank. Okay, so come right here, insert a new slide, because we're right here, and it says it wants you to do title and content. There are different ones here, and we want to pick the one that says title and content. So now we've placed it right here in spot number 2. It's in between 1 and 3 because we are already on 1. The next step is he said to click on each one of these options. You have to get the little four-way crosses in order for you to select the entire thing. So once you click that right there, it will select this entire box. Okay, I'm going to show you this and I'm going to come back to it. Then you're going to click down here. You wait till you get the little box, click it again, and then this is selected. All right. What he wants you to do is make this entire screen blank without any placeholders. Okay. So you're going to click on this, pick the four-way, click it, and then hit the delete button. That erases that box. Then you're going to click it right here, click on this one again, delete this entire box. Now it is completely blank. Let's look at the instructions again just to make sure we knew what we did. For step number 6, you can add a title and content slide, which we did. To do it, you go to the Home tab, click on the slide drop-down box, title and content. We put that in there. Click on each placeholder, so we selected each box. Press delete until the slide is completely blank. It is completely blank. So we've completed that step. Now we go back to the instructions, and he wants you to start with delete slide number 7. So on step number 7, we delete slide number 7. So come over here. Let's make this small again so we can look at it. Come down here to slide number 7. It's called selecting visual aids. Now, if we didn't enter that in there, we actually would be deleting the wrong one. That's why we want to make sure we do the steps in correct order, because you want to have this being your step number 7 now. So we're clicking on this one right here on this short side where it shows all the slides, and it says delete slide number 7. Easy way to do that, select it from this side, right click, and select the option delete slide. Slide is deleted. Now slide number 8 has moved up to slide number 7. Apply the slice theme to the entire presentation. Click the More button to view the templates. Slice is the first theme in the 3rd row. Same thing as the one up here. It won't be the same one, but we are looking for the word slice on the themes. Now, come over here, apply the slice theme to the entire presentation, and view the templates. So we'll come over here to this one. Let's make this bigger so we can see everything again. We want to go to design, and we want to look at themes, and we want to pick the one that says slice. So remember what we did a little while ago. We went through them, and we're going to find the one that says slice. Slice. So then we click this one, and it takes effect to all of them. Let's look at the instructions again. Apply the slice theme to the entire presentation, which we just did. Click the More button to view the templates, and slice is the first theme in the 3rd row. That was not the case, but we found slice anyway. Number 9, jump to slide 2 using the thumbnails pane. Well, we just used the thumbnails pane a little while ago to delete, so we went to slide 2. Okay. Display the PowerPoint options and set the default save file format back to the PowerPoint presentations. This is the part right here where we're going to have to make some changes. And I'm going to put this in here so I can make my notes. So right here, jumping to the slides where it says jump to slide number 2 using thumbnails pane, it was mainly just for you to be able to know you can move back and forth into here to go to the slide you want instead of having to use this and then go next. Okay, so we will just put it there, come back to this. I just wanted to explain why they did this. Display PowerPoint options and set the default save file format back to PowerPoint presentation. Let me tell you where we have a problem right here. If you're in the 365 version, you're supposed to be able to go to File, and then right here, find the option. But since we are not on the desktop version, we have to change. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to File, and then you're going to say Open in Desktop. And it says, do we always want to do that? I'm just going to say Open in PowerPoint because I need to fix these every time. You will say yes, you want to use it all the time. All right, now we're in the desktop version. Now let's go back and look at File, File, and now look, it's a little bit different. And now you have the Options button. So let's look at the top right here. It says display the PowerPoint options and set the default save file format back to PowerPoint presentations. So right here is where I said you have to change to the desktop version. Let's come over here and come back so you can see it. File, Options, and then right here it wants you to go to the tab that is Save. These are like tabs that we have up here. It gives you more options and different things. So I'm just going to click through some of these. So if you see this, add-ons, quick ribbon, advanced, there are different things that you can pick. So these are subcategories of these categories right here. It wants us to do save. So we're going to go to save. And what it asks us for is, let's look at it again. Make this smaller. File, Options. There we go. So we can see them both at the same time. It says to do this one, where are we? Number 10. Display the PowerPoint options. You cannot see the options on the 365 version, so you must be on the desktop version. It's best for everybody for you to use a desktop version. Okay, so I went through it the other way so that way we would know for sure how to get to this. This is your desktop version, so you go to File, Options, and then it'll bring this up right here. It wants us to go to Save, set the default save file format back to PowerPoint presentation. So if this was different, we want to save it to PowerPoint presentation. If it was one of these, we want to make sure we save it to this. So this is what we want to change. Make sure it's there. And then we go back to the other thing. So to make this save complete, we have to hit OK. So just so that we can be clear, for steps number 10, you're going to go to File, Options, click on the Save tab, make sure that this is PowerPoint presentation, and then hit OK. That saves the changes that you want. Then we'll come over here and do number 11. Insert a section between slide 3 and slide 4 and name the section Our Products. So we want to go to slide 3, between slide 3 and slide 4. We want to say insert, and actually, I'm not sure if I can do it with that. Right here on this tab, I believe we can say insert, and where is that section? Oh, add a section. Okay. So I clicked on the tab, I right clicked, and I said add a section, and it wants it to be between 3 and 4, right? So let me cancel this and make sure where it's got to be. Insert a section between slides 3 and 4. So I want it to be between 3 and 4, not on top of 3. And we want to call it our products. Let's come back over here. Let me get this off. Remove this section. So since it did that, we're going to go right here. Say we clicked on slide 4, so we can insert a section. Where'd my insert go? I lost my little thing for insert. So these are things that we'll run into. Okay, I'm back. When I went to delete this section, I lost the spot. So I'm going to come right here and put it right here. Select 4, right click, and my add a section is back now. Right. But I want to tell you, if you lose that add a section, come up here to this search menu and type in section. Section, and it'll say add a section. Click on that one, and now there it is. It's between 3 and 4, and we want to name this one something different. Come over here. We want to call it, it says intersection between slide 3 and 4, and name the section Our Products. So come over here, and we're going to name it Our Products. Okay, and say rename. Now there's a section there called Our Products. Let's come back to the instructions over here. We did this one. We're on step number 12. View your presentation in a slideshow view. Press escape when you're finished. Save the presentation in the lesson files folder that we created. It's going to be in a different spot this time. We want to call it proposal, and then close the presentation. So we're going to view it, and then we're going to save it as proposal. So right here we go to slideshow. Not now. We want to watch the slideshow from the beginning. So we click from the beginning, and it will do your presentation. Just go to the slideshow. You can click down here, or you can click on any slide. Just click through it as you're going. If you're in the middle of the presentation and you want to get out of it, you hit the escape key, the ESC key on the keyboard. Okay, I went all the way to the end, so that ended it for me. Okay, but any point that you're in the middle of it, it'll do that. Did we see this right here? This is Our Products? No, it's only going to be on our file, so you'll be able to see that. So when you submit this later, if you submit this, he's going to be looking for these key things right here. Okay. Now it says to say save the file. So file, and you want to save this. So I'm going to go. I would say save a copy because I want to put it in a different spot. Change this right here. Right now it's in OneDrive. I want to make this called, let's see, I can't remember what it's called, proposal. It's called proposal. It's a PowerPoint presentation. where do we want to save it? You want to save it into your folder. So I don't have that folder over here. Let's see, browse. Let's see if we find that folder. I don't have that folder there. So I'm going to make a folder. I'm going to say in my OneDrive, I want to right click in the blank space, say new folder, and the folder is supposed to be called, I can't remember, let me go look. He wanted you to save the original folder as, click new presentation, save the presentation My Lab in the lesson files folder. So we're going to call this folder, rename this one to lesson files. Okay. Double click to open it. I put it in my OneDrive. This file is called proposal, and then we just hit save. There you go. Now we can close this and we can actually open it up in our OneDrive. Save. Okay, so these are all the instructions that we have for this first one. I went ahead and did it step by step for you, so that way it'd be a little bit easier for you. Be sure and ask for help from any of your classmates. Anybody can help you trying to get this done, but I did want to make sure that I did a video for you for the first one. I will try and get the next ones done here shortly. Thank you.